A very good evening to you from wherever you're watching us on this 7th day of May 2023. Trust you're doing well. Welcome to KUTV Weekend Live. So much lined up for you, but first, the headlines. Pastor Ezekiel Odero holds church service for the first time since his release despite police closure order. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki maintains that Shakahola is a scene of crime and neither politicians will be allowed in the area. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi urged regional leaders to join hands in restoring peace in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Sudan. And the Embu residents have been urged to embrace tree planting to counter climate change. All right, welcome to the broadcast once again. My name is ODIDA and this is KUTV Weekend Live. Let's get started. Now, scores of controversial Pastor Ezekiel Odero's followers stormed the New Life Prayer Center in church, forcing a battalion of police officers who had been stationed at church premises to stop all church activities following government closure orders. Pastor Odero's lawyers Cliff Ombeta and Dunstan Omari had to intervene, allowing him to conduct his first service since he was set free by Shanzu Court after he was linked to Shakahola cult massacre.
Controversial Pastor Ezekiel Odero's followers of the New Life Prayer Center and Church in Mavueni, Kilifi County have today morning stormed the church, which was guarded by a battalion of police officers, to stop all church activities following the closure order by the government since the arrest of Pastor Ezekiel, who was linked to Shakahola cult massacre. The followers camped outside the church from as early as 5 a.m. but were blocked by police officers before Pastor Ezekiel's lawyers, Cliff Ombeta and Dunstan Omari, intervened. Lawyer Omari has argued that no court order was issued to close the premises and that the Coastal Region Coordinator, Rhoda Onyancha, who ordered for the closure of the church, only communicated the instructions verbally. Lawyer Cliff Ombeta, who was also at the scene, stated that the freedom of worship is enshrined in the Constitution.
They don't have any written notice, either from the area sub-chief, either from the area chief, either from the OCS, either from the OSPD, or county commissioner, or the inspector general, or the minister for interior, or any court of law in this country. The procedure to communicate closure is by a document, legal, with a stamp of the Coat of Arms of the Republic of Kenya.
According to Omari, the government's order to close the premises has impacted other business activities carried out in the premises that are not linked to the New Life Prayer Church Center.
Rights za mtu, individual rights, fundamental rights, za kuomba, za kukutana, za kuja pamoja, za kuabudu, ni right ambazo zimepewa na constitution kabisa. Ukiweza kutaka kuzitoa, lazima uende mahakama na mahakama ikupatie barua. Lazima uende kotini.
However, after a long push and pull, the faithfuls were later allowed to access the premises owing to lack of a documented warrant to terminate the service. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has lauded the country member states of the Peace, Security and Cooperation Framework in their quest towards restoring peace, security and stability in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan and the Great Lakes region at large. Mudavadi has termed the strides made so far as a course towards a common goal that will help in ensuring the realization of the regional economic community once peace and stability is restored in the affected countries within the region.
The Peace, Security and Cooperation Framework for the Heads of State and Government in Bujumbura, Burundi, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi lauded the associate countries in the peacekeeping mission, saying this will help in ensuring the realization of regional economic community. Mudavadi said it is disheartening that despite the progress made in the region, several challenges persist or have intensified. The current deteriorating security situation in eastern DRC, particularly in Ituri and North Kivu, where serious escalation of fighting and targeted killings is reported to be taking place. The Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix Tshisekedi said the summit called upon the partners to negotiate and implement the Addis Ababa agreement to restore peace in the country.
This is not supposed to be a one-country affair. This is supposed to be involve other partners and guarantee institutions.
President Tshisekedi has retaliated that DRC is thirsty for peace and that the process of restoring it should involve the neighboring countries.
We have seen that we need to come to a negotiating table so that we silence the arms and give chance to the common desire to reconstruct our country.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta also attended the summit in his capacity as the facilitator of the peace talks in the DRC. Kenyatta says he is hopeful that the ongoing process will ultimately bring peace to the people of eastern part of DRC and that the displaced persons are able to resume normal lives. Celestine Ondia, KUTV.
Spouse to the Deputy President, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, has called upon the government and the society to get the street families out of the streets. Pastor Dorcas has said that the boy child has been abandoned for long and that it is time to help them brighten up their future. She has been leading campaigns to champion for the welfare of the vulnerable in the society, especially boys and women.
Spouse to Deputy President Pastor Dorcas Gachagua has called upon the government and the society to combine forces and address challenges facing the street families, especially the boy child. While speaking at a church in Nairobi, Dorcas said that it is the high time to get rid of the boys spending time in the streets, out of the streets, and get them engaged in activities that will brighten up their future.
Those boys you see there, if you want the security of this nation, get them out of streets. If you want the gender-based violence to stop, get those boys out of the streets. If you want teenage pregnancies to stop, get those boys out of the streets. Validate their dreams.
Pastor Dorcas has said that the abuse of alcohol and drugs has negatively impacted the lives of numerous boys and called upon the government and the society in general to intervene and save the situation. She has called for those retailing illegal drugs to face the full force of the law. This comes at a time when Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is focused on eradicating rampant alcohol and drug abuse from the central region.
God is asking us to go out in those streets. Get those who are staggering under the influence of alcohol back to form.
Pastor Dorcas has been on the front line in championing for the rights of the vulnerable in the society, especially the boy child. The pastor has attended a number of events where she has continued with her campaigns of bettering lives in this society. Joseph Kiss, KUTV.
Now, opposition leader Raila Odinga has urged leaders against politicizing the burial of the late freedom fighter Mukami Kimathi. In the company of a section of Mau Mau freedom fighters, the former Prime Minister urged politicians not to make the burial a political scene, citing that the government should instead ensure that Mukami's wish to have dead and Kimathi's remains retrieved from Kamiti Maximum Prison is fulfilled. In addition, the opposition leader stated that he does not need an invitation to attend the late freedom fighters' burial as they were close friends. Mukami Kimathi passed away last week at the Nairobi hospital and is expected to be laid to rest at her home in Jambini, Nyandarua County. All right, 15 minutes past the top of the hour. We are taking a very fast short break at this point. Of course, much more lined up for you, so stay with us. Haki nataka kusengenya lakini kwanza sasa najua
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Bari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
Lola ni programu inayokupa fursa ya kutizama video zozote pindi tu unapokuwa na nafasi. Hadithi za kukupa motisha, drama, maisha ya vyuo vikuu, teknolojia, masuala ya jamii, kuzuru maeneo tofauti, spoti, burudani na zaidi. Pata programu ya Lola sasa kwenye rununu yako kwa yote unayohitaji.
It's the kind of life I ever wanted. Money, power, moves, and the dust. And I also went to like a seminary school too, like where I'm supposed to be like a reverend father. I've always been around music all my life. Yeah, I mean, it's up to every artist to know what motivates them. I saw you with the content, tell me nonsense. Say we no get memo, take the content. Check my watch, you go see na God's timing.
All right, now this week in agribusiness. Okay, thank you for staying with us. Welcome back to KUTV Weekend Live. Let's continue with our coverage. Now, Mbeere residents in Embu County have been urged to take advantage of the rainy season to combat climate change that has seen the region rely on relief foods. The residents have been encouraged to plant more trees, an initiative that is in line with President William Ruto's directive to plant 15 billion trees by the year 2032.
Bottom Line Unique Association, in cooperation with other environment stakeholders, have today urged the residents of Embu County to take advantage of the heavy rains and plant trees. According to Embu County Commissioner Jack Obor, half of Embu County is classified as arid, semi-arid land and has experienced a dry spell for several seasons, hence the need to plant more trees. Obor has noted that Embu has a total tree cover of 28% and that the planting of trees goes along with the presidential directive to plant 15 billion trees by the year 2032.
Embu County tumefanya vyema. So far tuko kwa percentage ya 28% ya tree cover. National average ambayo inatakikana at least annually so far ni 30%, lakini tuko 28%.
Speaking during a tree planting exercise at Kamiu Primary School in Embu West Sub-County, Obor added that his office will work with all stakeholders to teach school children the culture of planting and taking care of trees.
Next week tutarudi kwa mashule na tutapatna mashule watoto adopt miti. Tuko na ile approach ya watoto, mtoto apatiwe miti apande kwa shule ama aende naye nyumbani.
National Legal and Technical Advisor of the Bottom Line Unique Association and SACCO, Bernard Miruka, said they had planted 1,500 trees in Embu and were looking forward to helping the government achieve the 30% tree cover by 2032.
Na sisi kama shirika la Bottom Line Unique Association tumeshirikiana na vitengo mbalimbali vya serikali kuweza kufikia malengo haya ambayo rais wetu mpendwa Rais William Samoei Ruto aliweza kutoa kama changamoto kwa mashirika na vitengo vya serikali kuhusiana pia na wananchi ili tuweze kuafikia malengo haya.
This exercise comes after the President William Ruto gave a directive to tree planting associations to help the government plant 15 billion trees by the year 2032. Beryl Rotich, KUTV.
The Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center, KAGRC, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the county government of Kakamega to help them establish an artificial insemination station for pigs. The AI station for pigs will be the first one in the country and will supply semen across the nation. This is according to KAGRC Managing Director, Dr. David Kios.
The first artificial center for both pigs and goats is set to be established in Kakamega as the Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center signs a memorandum of understanding with the county government. The county government will utilize the pig breeding and multiplication center at the Bukura Agricultural and Training Center for training the vets. KAGRC Managing Director Dr. David Kios says that the AI station for pigs will be the first one in the country.
Currently, the pigs take long to reach market weight, but as KAGRIC, we have an MOU with the county government to help them set up the pig AI station, which will be within the county. together with the liquid nitrogen plant to help them also carry out AI.
Kyo says that the institution will boost the pig farming industry as currently pigs take long to reach the required market weight. He emphasizes that KAGRC will support the county government in setting up a liquid nitrogen plant to help them carry out AI services efficiently.
Pigs in Kakamega will be the first one in the country, and it will supply semen all over the country, not only to Kakamega, but other parts of Kenya. We are also introducing code AI, and we believe that we've seen codes here, and we believe that we can improve the codes to produce up to 5 liters of milk per day.
The managing director has urged livestock farmers to utilize sect semen from the resource center so that their cattle can produce between 15 to 20 liters of milk.
We also work with our county government in the issue of sexy semen. Soon we'll be introducing sexy semen and embryos, courtesy of our collaboration with the county government of Kakamega.
Farmers in Kakamega breed the large white and landrace pigs. The county has an approximate 100,000 pigs and 20,000 pig farmers. Patrick Odur, KUTV.
Right now in sports, KCB sides her family set on lighting back-to-back. KCB sides are family set on lifting back-to-back Africa Women's Clubs Volleyball Championships during this year's continental event, which gets underway next Friday in Kelibia, Tunisia. The bankers return to the coastal town in Kelibia with fresh memories where they defeated record holders Al Ahly of Egypt 3-1 in last year's final to end their 16-year continental title wait. Kwame Kazungu with more on that.
During the showdown, KCB got off the canvas and lifted the championship record holders off their feet with a huge uppercut that sent the shockwaves through the sports, dismissing them in sets of 25-18, 25-22, 11-25 and 28-26, bagging their second title and the first one since 2006. KCB have been sharpening their claws at the base in Nairobi, and head coach Jafet Munala is optimistic the squad will hit top form before departing for Tunisia early next week.
So we are preparing well for any team that's come our way. As per now, we have tried to rectify our mistakes, what we did in Kasarani, and I think the team is well and we have perfect so many areas. So we are hopeful that this season we are going to do well. So we are prepared well for any team that comes our way. So far so good. They are blending very well to our teams. And some of them have been the starting lineup or come in as a substitutes. So every player here is okay. The new players are gelling well with us. So we are hopeful that during before the end of this season, these new players would have fitted in the team.
Munala has bolstered the squad with the additions of Esther Mutinda, Juliana Namutira, Elizabeth Lemosiani, Faith Cherotich, and Pauline Chemutai. Other Kenyan representatives, Kenya Pipeline, are fine-tuning their skills at Makande Social Hall in Mombasa ahead of the championship.
Say last time we were naive and still young and not yet fully grown, but now I can say we have now matured up and we are ready to gear up for this year's club championship. Last year we managed to finish at position 3 and won the bronze medal. So this year we need to start from where we left from. We left it at the bronze medal. So we need to begin from the bronze medal as we head up. Our target in this year's club championship is to finish at the podium where we had finished last year. Whether it is the bronze, whether it's the silver, whether it's the gold. But our main target is to play at the final so that we can either take the silver or the gold. And if the gold comes in our way, who are we? We shall take.
KPC will jet off tomorrow to Tunisia, while KCB will depart via Qatar on Tuesday night. Kome Kazungu, KU TV.
Now, Carlo Ancelotti completed the collection at La Cartia, his Real Madrid side, achieving in 19 months what he said many clubs never do in a lifetime. Osasuna fought to the end, more than making a match of this, but were eventually defeated in only the second final in their history. Real Madrid won Del Rey title after 2 goals from Rodrigo, saw his side to a 2-1 victory. Rodrigo scored after just 2 minutes at the La Cartia Stadium in Seville, Vinicius, providing the assist, and again in the second half following another Vinicius run after Lucas Toro had leveled for Osasuna with an hour played. The Copa del Rey was the only trophy that Ancelotti had failed to win in his 2 years back in charge of Madrid. Meanwhile, Arsenal and Manchester United are in action tonight. Martin Odegaard took a touch fired at low shot through a couple of pairs of legs and inside the corner of the Newcastle net. Shaw scored an own goal to give Arsenal an advantage on 70th minute. Meanwhile, all right, that's a wrap from us here at the KUTV News desk for the Weekend Prime. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Be sure to join me again tomorrow for Money Monday. My name is ODIDA. Our sign language interpreter tonight is RUTH. Have yourself a good night.